At the Promise Career Institute, our mission and vision are clear: to transform education by providing students with an authentic and rigorous college and career readiness experience. We are a dual enrollment magnet school and a satellite campus for Atlanta Technical College, ensuring that every student graduates with between 19 to over 30 college credits absolutely free. We offer career pathway programs aligned with Georgia's workforce initiatives, focusing on high-wage, in-demand, high-skill industries. At PCI, students don't just earn a diploma, they leave with a head start on college and a clear path towards a successful future.
At PCI, we're transforming education by preparing students for college and career success. If you're looking for a school that combines academic rigor with real-world opportunities, PCI is the place for you.
High-growth fields such as skilled trades, healthcare, logistics, technology, and education continue to drive Georgia's economic momentum, offering students a wide range of promising and sustainable career options. Our career pathways equip students with the real-world skills and industry-recognized credentials needed for high-demand careers, both in today's workforce and in the rapidly expanding job market of tomorrow. With the support of our business partners, our programs stay aligned to Georgia's workforce needs, so every graduate leaving PCI is ready to contribute, compete, and lead in high-demand careers that drive our communities forward.
I chose the Promise Career Institute because I wanted a different experience, something that would truly prepare me for my future. I've always loved coaching and working with kids, so I joined the Early Education and Care Pathway. Through this program, I learned what it takes to be an early childhood educator and applied those skills at my work as learning site at Renaissance Middle School. That hands-on experience opened doors for me. Today, I'm proud to say I'm a full-time employee at Renaissance, and I'm continuing my education to earn my degree. PCI gave me the foundation and the confidence to begin my career.
Your future starts here. Join the PCI Tiger family and build the future you always dreamed of.
My name is Natalie Miguez, and I have the honor of teaching mathematics here at the Promise Career Institute. I am humbled to serve as the 2025-2026 Promise Career Teacher of the Year, as well as the 2025-2026 Fulton County Schools Teacher of the Year. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. It is truly a privilege to stand before you today as we celebrate an inaugural year marked by growth, innovation, and exceptional accomplishment. Today, we gather to reflect on the outcomes and milestones of our first year, to share the impact of this important work, and to look ahead to the vision and priorities that will guide us forward. Your partnership has been foundational to everything we are recognizing today, and we are grateful for your presence. Before we begin, it is my pleasure to acknowledge the distinguished leaders and honored guests joining us this morning. Please help me welcome Dr. Mike Looney, Superintendent of Fulton County Schools. Board President Kristen McKay, District 5. Board Vice President Katie Gregory, District 3. District 1 Board Member Sarah Gillespie. District 2 Board Member Lily Posadik. District 4 Board Member Francesca Warren. District 6 Board Member Kimberly Dove. And District 7 Board Member Dr. Michelle Morenz. Thank you for your steadfast leadership and commitment to our students. We are also honored to welcome our Zone Superintendent, Dr. Jason Stanley. Dr. Victoria Seals, President of Atlanta Technical College, and State School Superintendent Richard Woods. Thank you for your partnership and for supporting the mission that drives this work. At this time, we would also like to recognize any mayors, legislators, or government officials who are with us today. If you are present, would you please stand to be recognized? As we reflect on our inaugural year, we can proudly say that we have laid the foundation for something meaningful and enduring. Together, We have created an environment centered on hands-on learning, industry engagement, community collaboration, and expanding post-secondary opportunities for every student who walks through our doors. We have watched our students begin college coursework, earn certifications, explore real-world fields, and take ownership of their futures with confidence and purpose. These achievements belong not only to our students, they are shared visions, victories that belong to educators, families, business partners, and every supporter in this room. Today, we will highlight key milestones, celebrate the early impact of our work, and share the opportunities ahead as we continue to expand our programming, strengthen our partnerships, and refine the student experience. Most importantly, we hope today deepens the connections across our community of supporters because it is your engagement that fuels our progress and empowers our students' success. Thank you for believing in this vision. Thank you for giving your time, your expertise, and your heart to this school. Together, we are not just building a school, we are building pathways. We are building possibilities, and we are building promise. It is now my pleasure to welcome Superintendent of Fulton County Schools, Dr. Mike Looney, with remarks, followed by Ms. Katie Gregory.
Good morning. One of the great privileges I have as a superintendent is to walk around the 102 schools that we have and serve students in Fulton County and see the amazing work that's happening in our classroom and our school buildings. And what you'll see here today is truly an amazing piece of work. Thanks to the board's vision, we envisioned, we created what happens in this building. It's been refreshed, upgraded. But I want to tell you the story. This building used to house our dropout faculty. When McLaren High School was serving the community, our graduation rate in this building was about 30%. Well, obviously, that's not a sustainable education. So the board collectively with the broader community came together and said, what can we do differently to create opportunities for future graduates and future citizens in Fulton County, rather than closing the door on students that are working in this building. Instead of being a dropout factory, now it's a place of innovation, a place of creativity, a place of continued growth, and most importantly, a place of hope for students that we're privileged to serve in this school. I want to thank all of you for your tireless effort and your commitment to help us realize this vision for the students here at this campus. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for your continued support. I'm excited about the work the school board is doing, and with that said, I'm going to turn it over to our Vice President, Katie Gregory. Ms. Gregory.
My mom's an educator, so I feel like I was born with that teacher voice as well, so I'm sure you'll be able to hear me. But good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Thank you to our esteemed guests, the dedicated faculty and staff here, the celebrated students that are joining us here, to the supporting community members and our valued partners. I am Katie Gregory. I'm the Vice President and District 3 member of the Fulton County School Board. And on behalf of our entire board, it is both an honor and a privilege to be able to speak with you today about this remarkable school, the Promise Career Institute, a a place where tradition meets innovation and where our students are empowered to shape their futures and in turn our future and the future in profound ways. Promise Career Institute stands apart not only because of its commitment to academic excellence, but because here we offer a unique blend of courses, traditional education, and technical programs. Here students don't just study. Here they build, they design, they create. Whatever course pathway they choose, our students are preparing not just for graduation, but for meaningful, in-demand careers that can transform their lives and our community. This approach sets Promise Career Institute apart as a beacon of opportunity. We recognize that every student's path is unique, and we are committed to helping each one discover their strengths and their passions. By providing hands-on learning and access to real-world experiences, we are equipping our students with the skills that open doors to college, to careers, and lifelong success. It gives them the confidence to see themselves as leaders, innovators, and contributors from day one. In my time on the board, I often hear our leadership say, "We can't do this work alone, it's too big." And that's true, but I believe the deeper truth is, we wouldn't want to do this work alone because it's too important. Our student success depends on all of us. We need your support, businesses, community, leaders, because we need your mentorship, your internships, your investments, your willingness to open doors to the next generation of students. By working together, we can bridge the gap between classroom learning and career achievement, ensuring that our students graduate not only with diplomas, but with confidence and experience and connections that they need to excel in their next chapter. So let's continue to celebrate the unique spirit of the Promise Career Institute. Thank you for your support and partnership and your belief in what is done here. The extraordinary mission. Let's continue to unite as a community to lift up our students, empower their dreams, expand their pathways to success, which benefits us all. Together, we are shaping opportunity, strengthening our community, and proving that the future is possible. Thank you.
All right, good morning. Good morning. It is a lovely day here at the Promise Career Institute, isn't it? Yes. Well, first, I want to thank our dancers and our singers for that amazing intro this morning to get us in the mood. All of that without a fine arts program, too. Look at that. I want to thank you for being here today. My name is Yolanda Bell, and as I always say, I'm the very, very proud principal of the Promise Career Institute. I want to start with a quick confession. Our intention was to deliver this State of Promise address much earlier in the school year. But if you work in public education, you already know how this goes, right? So we blink, and all of a sudden it's March. We didn't know there was going to be snow on the ground yesterday, but here we are. So while the timing may not have been as we originally planned, I would argue that it's actually perfect because now we have a fuller story to tell. And that matters because in public education, if we don't tell our own stories, somebody else is going to tell them for us. And too often, innovative schools like the Promise Career Institute are defined by assumptions rather than facts. And so today is about setting the record straight, sharing who we are, what we've accomplished, and where we're headed. So let's talk about year one. Year one was about belief and boldness. We launched with a shared vision, but it was our people, our staff, our students, our families, and our business partners who transformed that vision into reality. And in that very first year, we didn't just build community, we built excellence. PCI earned a 90.8 CCRPI high school score. Thanks to the great work of the teachers, staff, families, and students that all plugged into our school. We also achieved 100% in student progress. 100%. Reflecting exceptional growth in mathematics and English language arts. This means that our students didn't just learn, they accelerated. They outpaced expectations. They proved that when instruction is relevant, relationships are strong, and expectations are high, students rise. Year one showed that PCI was not simply viable, the school was academically strong. Year two is about momentum and milestones. This year, we welcome our first true senior class. If you are a senior in this room, please stand. You are going to have an opportunity later to talk to our amazing students about their journey, about their programs, about their pathways. We really showed that this milestone, having that senior class, signals stability, continuity, and a growing identity across the building. Our students aren't just learning in classrooms, they're learning in the real world. To date, PCI students have participated in 47 internships in year two. We're in year two, I just want to remind everybody. Apprenticeships, and applied learning opportunities with partners, a lot of them that are here in the room today, such as Arden's Garden, C.W. Matthews, Georgia Power, the City of College Park, and Accenture, among others. Yes, give them, yes, thank you. These are not just placements, these are pathways that build confidence, skill, and a vision for the future. Our seniors right now are preparing for their industry certification exams, gaining credentials of value that hold real meaning in both workforce and post-secondary spaces. They're experiencing senior activities that reflect pride, belonging, and achievement. The exams that they're taking, and this is just a few that I wanted to call out. The Automotive Service Excellence exam, that's what you want to see when you take your car in to get fixed and you hand them over your credit card and just say, take it, take it. The CompTIA Security Exam, the Adobe Certified Associate, and the National Nurse and Assessment Program Certification, and this is just to name a few. These moments matter. They really affirm that our PCI students here are they're not missing out, they're leveling up. But I wanted to, while we have everybody in the room, talk about what we did the first year, our momentum for the second year, but we really need everybody in the room to partner around challenges that we must address together. So our progress is strong, but we must address the challenges that stand in the way of full sustainability and understanding. One challenge is perception, right? So there's a misconception that PCI is for students who don't want to go to college, or that the accelerated diploma, career diploma, is somehow a less than option. That narrative is not only wrong, it's harmful. All of our students here are college students. Our students are earning state-aligned diplomas and industry credentials. They're gaining real-world experience. They're preparing, things aren't linear anymore. They're preparing for college, career, military service, entrepreneurship, every option. So this pathway, this accelerated career diploma is not a shortcut. It's an intentional, rigorous program designed to expand opportunity. PCI is still a young school, and not every family or community member fully understands the depth, the rigor, and the opportunities that our pathways provide. Too often, career-focused education is viewed through outdated assumptions rather than the reality of what happens here each and every day. So strengthening our community awareness is essential, not just so families understand PCI, but so that they recognize that PCI offers high-skill, high-opportunity education designed for students who want both rigor and relevance. That is why it's critical that we tell our own story consistently and boldly. So this is not a deficit, this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to elevate awareness, strengthen access, and connect more students to careers that are essentials to Georgia's economy. Our students are eager for real-world learning, and their demand for internships, apprenticeships, and industry-connected experiences is growing rapidly. While this year alone, again, year 2, we celebrated 47 applied learning opportunities with outstanding partners, the need continues to grow. So to keep pace with student interest and workforce demand, we must expand our network. And that's why we have everybody in the room today. Our students are ready, they are prepared, and they deserve access to even more opportunities that expose them to meaningful careers. So I can't leave you guys today without a call to action for that partnership with purpose. And this is where we need all of you, our partners, that are essential in this work. We need you to advocate for PCI within your networks. Help us recruit our students, through the work that you do, through the partnership opportunities, through the conversations that you have into our high opportunity pathways. Help us provide those internships, apprenticeships, and those work-based learning placements that make that learning real. Champion the value of career technical agricultural education, the value of those industry credentials and that career-focused education, and help us tell the true story of PCI. When you invest in PCI, you invest in a talent pipeline, you invest in community, you invest in young people, as you can see today, who are ready to contribute today and in the future. So I'm here to tell you that the state of PCI is strong. And it's not just because of what we've done, and we've done a lot, but it's because we're committed. We're committed to excellence, we're committed to access, we're committed to telling our own story and ensuring that our students have a story worth telling. I want to thank everybody in the room for your partnership, your advocacy, and your belief in the promise of the Promise Career Institute. So as we continue this morning's program, I want to leave you with just this thought. The true state of PCI isn't measured only in data or milestones. The data looks good, but not just the data and milestones. It's measured in the voices of the people who live this work every day. And with that, it is my pleasure to transition us to the next part of the agenda, a fireside chat that are going to bring these voices forward. So I have the honor of moderating a conversation with 3 individuals who represent the heart of PCI. So I want to have them come on up. Mr. Ronell Lyle, who is a 9th grade PCI student, an emerging leader. Ms. Tawana Grant, who is a parent. She's also our PTSA treasurer and proud school governance council member. And Ms. Zawadi Dismuke, our logistics and supply chain management teacher. Their experiences, their perspectives, and their stories are going to reflect the promise, the purpose, and the impact of this school. So please help me welcome them to the stage for our first PCI fireside chat. Well, this is comfy. Testing to move. Oh, you don't want to give me a compliment. Well, this is comfy. Welcome. All right. So today's all about voice. So we want to make sure that our community, our partners are hearing from all of the different voices within PCI. So thank you. To get us started, I would love for each one of our panelists to introduce yourself and share one word that describes your experience here at PCI this year.
Hi, my name is Ronell Lyle, and one word to describe my experience here at PCI is is amazing. Like it's great, all the opportunities that we have in PCI series.
Good morning. My name is Tawana Grant, and I am a proud parent of PCI. I am so excited to be a part of the SGC as well as our PTSA, all of these instrumental organizations that help push the vision along. I actually am a native of Atlanta, so I've been here all my life, and so to have this kind of institution, organization in my neighborhood is awesome and amazing. So I was very excited when my granddaughter wanted to become a part of PCI, and because of the synergy and the results we were seeing, even our son is now here. So I'm fortunate to have two. I'm in a blended family, so we have two children who are matriculating through PCI. The word when I think about the school is amplify. And they are truly amplifying the passion, the drive, the gifts, the talents that my children already possess. And sometimes through traditional high school, they may not discover them until later. Here at PCI, they're able to drive in their careers early. They're able to extend their hands into work that will not only prepare them, but they're already operating in it. So it has been an encouragement for my children at home. They are excited about their careers now. It's not, it's not like I'm waiting for greatness to happen. No, greatness is happening at PCI today.
My name is Lawani Disney. I'm the logistics and supply chain management instructor here. And the one word that I would use to describe my experience here thus far is life-changing, truly. Coming from corporate, where I was at for about 10 years, being a teacher, entering education as an industry and getting to change lives, touch lives, and educate the future, it has truly changed the trajectory and the course of my life.
Thank you. Thank you. Your words really paint a picture of who we are becoming as a community. So thank you for that. Ronell, when you and I were talking earlier, this is actually earlier last week, you said, Principal Bell, are you going to introduce me and tell them everything that I do here at PCI? And I said, yes, but I actually want you to tell them everything that you do here at PCI.
I'm SGA Vice President of Academic Pursuit. In Environmental Master Vice President. I'm Tiger Leader. I'm the Gaming Master and I'm the Supervisor.
Mr. Freshman. That is amazing. So, Ms. Grant, you've already talked a little bit about this, but can you tell us how PCI has kind of supported your students' individual goals so far?
Most certainly. We also have attention deficit that is a part of the learning development for some of my scholars. And I have seen the drive from actually application of the learning, of being able to put their hands to the training that is being given, gives the experience life. It's not just a book, it's just not the curriculum, it is application every day. And so the drive to show up, I see that in my scholars. I see the enthusiasm. We actually, because we have the SGC meeting once a month, we set up where we go to the Waffle House for my 8 to 9, and we sit down and we dialogue about what are you going to do with your career, talking about opening their business, talking about being a leader and a manager. All of that is because they're PCI, because they are exposed, like I said, amplifying what they have an opportunity to see themselves doing. And they don't have to wait the traditional timeline before they're able to emerge and be immersed in the information. And I'm really excited about all the partnership, because that's part of the work that I want to do personally, is help bring others in. I work with Truist, and having Truist come on board and having other areas that I have influence in is really strategic in making sure that we are giving strength to the vision and the mission, so that we're not just taking but also giving back. So I have definitely seen what can be, and I'm with you. This is just year number 2. We just getting started, and look at what's happening, right? So I'm excited about where we're going to go in the future.
Thank you, thank you. And Ms. Grant mentioned that she works for Truist. She has done an amazing job with her getting her colleagues here. And so a couple times, I think 3 or 4 times, when we come back from school, we have Truist community members that are cheering on our students as they come into school, which has been very powerful for our students to see members of the community welcoming them back to school. So thank you for that. Mrs. Meek, so what growth have you seen in students as a result of your teaching and our hands-on career-focused approach?
Immense growth. I would say in my course, one of the contents in the course that we review is master production schedule. So my students are learning how to build production plans. In order to understand how to build a production plan, that's a long-range vision. So we have to understand demand and forecasting, and those are the smaller items that build up to that larger vision. And so to bring that home to the students in a way that they can hold on to, I translate this into a vision board. And so I have the students plan what they see their lives as 10, 15, 20 years from now. That would be like their master production plan or their aggregate plan. And then what are the steps that they need to take today, tomorrow, next year, in the next 5 years to turn that plan into a reality. So almost forcing the students to plan ahead and to be future focused and to be the creators of their own stories, the creators of their own reality.
Thank you. Logistics is such a powerful pathway that we continue to promote and even think about branding, because if our students are not in the program, they don't always understand what logistics means. But it's such first, it's the 3rd, I believe, largest industry here in the Metro Atlanta area. And it has such a significant impact on all the other industries, which we can see that each and every day through trying to get something from point A to point B. So thank you for everything that you're doing in that program. Ronell, why did you choose PCI?
I chose PCI because from the outside of looking at PCI is a great clean school. The staff members here are amazing. I really like the school hours, the short school hours compared to other schools.
So shout out to our environmental services team, right? Because keeping a clean school is very important. And that Future Friday programming has been a very innovative part of our school. I'm not sure if we knew what we were getting into, but you know we have a Future Friday where a lot of our partners come in. And they allow our students to pick the sessions that they want to go into based on things like that are fun and based also on careers. And so it is really, we're the only school that is doing a Future Friday where all students have to come to school. And so it's really been a great way for our students to meet new people and engage in new opportunities. Ms. Dismuke and Ms. Grant, what is just one thing that you wish people would understand more about the work that's happening here at PCI?
Well, I mentioned about amplifying, understanding how it's the promise that is being presented to the children are not just words. It is being put into action. I see that from the staff, the faculty, the people who are also coming from the community as well that are getting behind it. So I wish many people would be able to see it. We want to amplify it. We don't want to be the best kept secret in South Fulton. We want others to know. And so we're counting ourselves, including those of you who are in the room today, to be Pied Pipers. We're looking for you to amplify the branding of PCI, what it lends to our community, what it will lend, as we already said, even to this area for our future workforce. Those who are coming behind us, because if you're like me, I'm working on my exit plan. I'd be glad to be able to pass the torch to somebody who's able, and they'll be able to carry forward and be even more innovative. They have access to information readily at hand now, And so they are excited about it. And that's one of the things I want them to know. It is not limiting, it is direction. I see PCI like a bow and arrow. Instead of in traditional ways, not that it's wrong, but a lot of times it's like being in an ocean. And now I have to figure out where I'm going from the ocean. Here, I am an arrow in a bow that is being shot in a specific direction so that I hit my target. That's what I see PCI. They're going to hit their target because they are being taught in a way that is focused and they have an idea and a concept and they can see it happen. No, I'm an author, but not a poet.
So one thing I wish people would know, I wish people could know about PCI, that we're preparing students for career immediately. If that's what they choose, right? They can graduate with certificates in their industry, with college credits up to 30 in their industry so that they can be prepared to enter the workforce immediately. But what does that mean? That means that they don't get that messy middle of college like a lot of us did, right? So that means that they have to mature today. They have to know how to navigate the business world, the professional world, your personal world in a way that's responsible. And they have to do that much quicker than a lot of us had to.
Thank you for that. That messy middle of college is, I think we've all been there, right? So the fact that we're able to give our students that exposure early, and then be able to participate in college earlier and get that confidence to be college students early in life is really good. All right, well, now we're gonna end with you. So, you know, you like to give Principal Bell feedback. If you have a lot of people in this room that have the access to bring new things into PCI. So if you could add a new opportunity here at PCI, what would it be? And it could be a program, a pathway, a partnership, what would it be and why?
If I was able to add one opportunities or opportunities to PCI, could we like add students and everything? I want to add a student right away to PCI. I feel that would be beneficial because students who can attend games or any after school activities from PCI because of monetary reasons or any reason, they won't feel left out. They feel like they're able to see how the game went and how PCI played against whatever or however we did. So I think a student management would be great.
Thank you for sharing that. Student run audio video technology program, you hear that, Dan? All right, thank you again, panelists, just for your honesty, your courage, your heart. Conversations like this really remind us that PCI is not just a school, but it really is a community that grows because we listen to each other. So before we wrap up, I want to give everybody a chance in the room to kind of process and reflect and dream together. So you have some table conversations at your table, and a lot of you have students at your table. So for the next just 5 minutes, quick 5 minutes, you'll find a small card with discussion prompts. These are designed to spark meaningful conversations among students, parents, staff, and community members sitting with you today. So this is your chance to share your voice, just like your panelists have done. So no right or wrong answers. We're going to play some music, give you 5 minutes to connect at your tables, and then we will come back together. Thank you for leaning in and enjoy your table conversations.
Are you done live streaming?
No, it's still on.
Okay.
So you can create a story, tell your story. It doesn't matter emotes and communicate. So people are like, I can tell the difference between the AIs. You know, it's like and tell me how your story relates to this. So that you can engage the last day, you got to engage in some ways as opposed to just because information is at its fingertips. So there is no use to that person having information in power. But now everybody has the same information, right? At the same time, just as fast as anybody else, even the experts. Use the same technology and information. All use the same information. Are you the one behind this camera? Would you happen to have, you know, like the regular USB, like the port?
USB-C?
Yeah, it looks like I have the adapter Oh my gosh.
All right, good morning, good morning.
You know what I mean? Right to be a big
Let's go ahead and close our conversations. Can you hear me? All right, I guess I'll have to put on my teacher. All right, so good morning. My name is Taria Traylor. I'm the very proud magnet coordinator here at the Promise Career Institute. So at the Promise Career Institute, we believe that education should not only prepare students for graduation, it should prepare them for life, leadership, and meaningful careers. Our model is rooted in intentional partnerships between education, industry, and community. So today's fireside chat is a reflection of that belief. This conversation represents what happens when the city invests in its young people, when industry leaders open the doors to real-world learning, and when students rise to meet opportunity with purpose and determination. Next, you will hear from civic leadership, industry leadership, and a student who is living the impact of these partnerships in real time. Will Councilman Dr. Jamel McKenzie, the representative from Arden's Garden, and Josiah Dennis, please join me on the stage at this time.
Testing.
All right, wonderful. So let's go ahead and get started with introductions. So please, if you go ahead and share your name, your role, and your connection to PCI.
Good morning. Still morning, right? I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, so I'm not sure what it is right now. My name is Dr. Jamel McKenzie, and I serve the city of College Park on the council. Ward 1, this is my district right here where Promise is. And so my relationship with Promise is really one of the persons that anticipated this school coming into fruition in the first place, serving and being involved in the grand opening and funding some programs for students from this school. So I'm truly excited about the opportunity to be here and to serve.
My name is Rob Wheeler. I'm not Leslie's in, unfortunately. I'm sorry, she had something last minute. I'm a multi-site plant manager and food safety for Artist Garden. And my role in this is that my intern is the wonderful designer this year.
My name is Silence. I'm a senior here at PCI, and I'm an analyst for Artist Garden, and I'm a student.
So, Councilman McKinney, what excites you most about the future of College Park? And how do you see PCI's accelerated career diploma model contributing to the city's workforce pipeline and economic growth?
Well, the first thing I'm going to say, I don't think there's a bigger champion of the city of College Park or cheerleader. I am just so excited, not just about my city in the present, but I see the future for College Park. And even having this esteemed institution here in the city of College Park, which also represents our future and our present. And so what I see going forward in College Park is a continued collaboration and partnership with Promise Institute, with the students, and even the city of College Park benefiting. We are a hospitality city, but we also have a city government that employs over 430 persons. And several of the careers, and I know we'll probably talk about that later, that the students here are preparing for are exactly what we need in the city. So what I see is an opportunity directly for the city of College Park to benefit, but also for us to invest in this school and the students that are here.
And so, Rob, from an industry standpoint, why is it important for companies like yours to invest in skill building opportunities and workforce development partnerships with us?
Yeah, well, so, the students, the very impressive students at this school, at this institute, are well equipped to be able to enter the workforce. We found that very willing, very able, very capable, and that's just been an easy fit for us as an industry, as a business. To be able to have somebody who wants to be here and wants to learn, wants to be a sponge and absorb that information.
Good morning, Josiah. How you doing?
All right.
So do you remember the day Ms. Rutherford and I interviewed you for the Artist Garden opportunity?
I'm sure it was like somewhere around this time last year.
All right, so we kind of pulled your leg a little bit, but then we let you know that you were highly recommended. We would highly recommend you for the opportunity. So can you tell me, in your words, or provide some advice to a student who might be reluctant to advocate for themselves when opportunities like these arise?
Just do it. Definitely do it. Like when they first came to me and told me I had to interview, I really didn't want to interview at all. But I really didn't want to have my other job either. So I just waited the opportunity, definitely taking advantage of all the opportunities that come here. I'm definitely in a better place than I was now last year. I definitely like my current job a lot more than my last job. A lot more. Just put in the work, like I say, just absorb all the knowledge you can and what we're not really to.
Councilman McKenzie. So students have contributed to initiatives such as the Welding Trash Receptacle Project and the Workforce Readiness Programming through the City of College Park's grant with One Talent. What impact do programs like these have on the city and its citizens?
Well, the programs within themselves benefit the city because of what they are offering. I mean, now when you drive through Work 2, you'll see trash cans throughout the city that have basketball hoops, and they were welded by our students right here. So it is wonderful and I think this is great because parents, students, and our citizens, persons are driving by saying, hey, Promise Career Institute children have something to do with that. So that's great. And in terms of the workforce development, that has been an amazing program through One Talent. And I was able to take some of our community enhancement funds from the City of College Park, $40,000, this year and invest that into that program, which I believe we graduated almost 20 students, the majority that were here from the Promise, and they also now have certifications. They're ready to go out into that workforce. And so that is huge to me, I think. I'm gonna do it again. I know Joanne is already waiting on our budget for next year. So that's great because we are investing back in, several students from this, that go to this school live here in this area. Or they live in Fulton County for sure. And so it's a way of our city being able to participate in the investment into our young people.
And Ron, what advice would you give to companies that may be hesitant about engaging young talent and investing and preparing them to become their future workforce?
Yeah, stop being hesitant. That's it. I famously give the story whenever anybody asks me about how this program has been working with us. There is a different viewpoint from the youth of today than I have, right? Josiah walked in week one, saved us $30,000. Not because he did anything crazy, because he knew how to search and use the internet in a different way than I was. I know how to use Google, or whatever he looks up, found a supplier we could not find, right? So just the generational difference of using technology has changed our business. It can change yours too.
And so Josiah, many people only see Hardin's Garden as like a fresh juice storefront, vegan store. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience at Hardin's Garden and what surprised you most about those operations?
I think it's definitely more authentic than like I've usually seen from a business of this side. Like I think a few months into it, like a month or two into it, I'm kind of hungry. I ordered lunch, so of course I ordered some like stuff. So I'm sitting down at my desk, I'm ready to eat, and then Ralph comes out of salad, and I feel bad. So that's when I realized that they're really into it. So like times we'll have like in the kitchen they'll be serving like flavors, everyone all together, we'll test the flavors, give all the kids about it. I think I see Miss Leslie doing the finish challenge, which was hilarious, but also showed me like how committed they were to the business and stuff. So I definitely think that we're more like authentic than most people, but like portray them to me behind the scenes.
And Councilman McKenzie, how can we continue aligning education, industry, and government to create these sustainable opportunities for our young people?
Well, there's so many things. I think that continuing doing what we're doing right now, I just had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Kiana and Anthony and Robin, and just learning about what they're doing. And that just like, I want to grab them up and find a way to incorporate them into what we're doing right here in the city of College Park. I also have a youth civic advisory board in the city, and I think that gives us another opportunity. Not everybody, politics is probably something that most of us don't want to be involved in, but it is something that we need to know about. What I'm seeing in our city right now is an awakening where our citizens who were kind of in the dark for years, had no involvement, didn't know what's going on, now finding out, but they still don't have the right information. And so I believe that if we start our young people and they get a chance to actually sit with Mr. Hicks, our city manager, or Gerald Walker in media, and be able to channel these individuals. And so what I'm looking at, in addition, is providing more internships and opportunities to get the youth here in our school involved in what goes on, the inner workings of the city of College Park. I have a group right now that sits with me before council meetings. They go over the agenda and they give me their input. And that makes it, then they watch the meetings. None of you all watch any of our meetings, I'm sure. But they watch the meetings and they're like, yeah, you did that. Or how come they don't? So it's just kind of seeing the civic engagement. And then also in terms of the city of College Park and what we offer, not necessarily in the city, but looking at the fact that our airport is one of the largest employers. I think we have about 60-something thousand maybe less, I mean, I know Delta has about 33,000. So we have so many persons that we're employing in this city. It would be great to have persons who have gone to school in College Park be able to find careers in the city government, in restaurants, in hotels, in the airport, in the industry, logistics, everything that we have to offer. So I'm truly excited.
Thank you. Well, all of this, this would not be possible without leaders like you here on this stage. So we appreciate your partnership and leading into the mission and vision that we have here at PCI. Before we move on, we want to go ahead and show a video because Josiah, you're kind of a big deal. We're going to show a video.
We're a small business. You can see people that have started with us when they're 17 years old and they're still with us at 35. So they've been here 18 years. They're now working in corporate. They have management responsibilities. So there's a model there for if I maybe don't want to go to college, I just want to go to work and I want to train in a certain area or I want to grow with a company that we offer that. You can see that model right before you.
You know, by doing this internship, I just have like a full-time job by the time I get out of high school. So, you know, I'll be able to climb up my career.
Manufacturing specifically, but all kind of the fields that use these apprenticeship programs. They're hurting for people. They're hurting for people who are trained and come in or who are eager to learn about the process.
It was like an intangible opportunity that we could give to the students. So I just thought to myself, why not? Why not bring someone in at a young age, teach them about your company, teach them about their job. That person's gonna grow with you.
Thank you.
Ms. Gina Rude. So we are grateful to Accenture for stepping up early to launch the first of its kind capstone project for our design and media pathway, giving students authentic briefs and invaluable industry mentorship. Representing this impactful partnership to discuss more about the Earning to Learning grant, please join me in welcoming Ms. Gina Rude, the South Lead U.S. Corporate Citizenship at Accenture.
Good morning. I am feeling very lucky to be here on St. Patrick's Day with all of you and represent Accenture and our team. And so happy to be here to represent our Accenture team because it is not just me. I am the lucky one to be able to give some of the dollars and have a new favorite partner. So I do represent our South, all the way from Texas to DC, and many of our partners ask what is a good grant, what does a good partnership look like, and now Promise Career Institute is my go-to example. So at Accenture, we are passionate about building the next generation of talent through workforce development programs and innovative collaborations. That goes with education, industry, employer partners, and government agencies, and this is all very well represented here. Over the past year, our Accenture volunteers in our technology and our song creative practice have worked with PCI students on a capstone project. They're helping build real-world skills like portfolio-ready work, internship preparedness, and stronger resumes. Because of PCI's strong alignment to our Accenture corporate citizenship goals, we were proud to support PCI with an Accenture Learning to Earning grant, helping students gain the skills and experience needed to move from education to meaningful careers. To the students here today, Accenture is proud to support you on your journey, and we really do feel fortunate to be a part of it. And look forward to seeing your ideas today shape our future tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, so thank you to our panelists. Thank you to our community. So we have an amazing partner in this work. As we stated before, we are a satellite campus for Atlanta Technical College. We went through a certification process with them to be certified by the association, the agency that also certifies them as a college. And so we have a strong partnership in that work. If you are from Atlanta Technical College and you're in the audience, if you would please stand. Thank you so much for putting up with us. I think a lot of times when people hear about dual enrollment, it seems like it's an easy process. It is not easy. Making sure that our students have the support they need on both sides, from secondary partnerships to the post-secondary, it requires a really tight, intentional relationship. So we just want to thank Atlanta Technical College, and I want to bring up the president of Atlanta Technical College, Dr. Victoria Steele.
Good morning, and thank you, Ms. Bell. So my team to update that photo. I didn't know I had on the same jacket today. That was not by design. But good morning, and as she said, I have the privilege of serving as the president of Atlanta Technical College. In my 10th year, I'm in my 10th year as president, and I'm really excited to be here today to celebrate this partnership. Our teams have done some amazing work, but more importantly, to celebrate our students and their families for choosing PCI and choosing to invest in their futures. Thank you to Dr. Looney, and he had to leave, as well as Principal Bell, for your visionary leadership. When the state came up with this accelerated career diploma, again, a lot of people don't really know what it is, or they thought it was lesser than. But here in Fulton County, they raised their hands to not only try to enroll a few students, but they develop a high school specifically for it. And that's an example of visionary leadership, of innovation, and that's definitely she just had our team stand up, but also have to give a shout out to our Atlanta Technical College team. Again, they were hands-on with designing the labs that you'll see, and basically there's no gap between what the students are engaging in here or what we're doing on our campus. And they are earning college credits. That means that if they want to go on to a 4-year, those credits are going to transfer with them. And the biggest part is that it's free. It's free. It's totally free for our students. And the other part about that is, how many of you left college with student loan debt? That's not going to happen for our PCI students. I just want to say, special thank you to Dr. Woods and to Dr. Wallace. I heard earlier, the support at the state level for these types of programs is tremendous. And so, as was shared, the students here at PCI have amazing opportunities to engage in dual enrollment, so they are earning college credits, and they're on career pathways that will lead to successful careers, lead to them experiencing economic mobility and being able to sustain themselves and their families. And so again, congratulations to our students. Because not every student in Fulton County is taking advantage of this opportunity, and you guys are. So I applaud you for that. Thank you, to your families, for taking this step, for trusting PCI, for trusting us at Atlanta Technical College for your education and your career preparation. Again, they're entering into their careers, or they're continuing for their associate's degree, and being able to move on, and like I said, to start their futures without that debt looming over them. At Atlanta Technical College, we have the mantra of start strong, stay strong, and finish strong. And so for the students here who are engaging in the career pathways, they are truly starting strong. And thank you to all of the partners, Accenture and some of the others that I heard, because you are allowing them to indeed finish strong as they get onto that pathway. Another key focus, like I said, at Atlanta Technical College is partnership. So we serve a little more than 7,000 students per year. And we have over 125 different program offerings. And each of our offerings is intentionally aligned with the high demand careers. One of the things I tell my team is that we're not training people to be in poverty. So every program that we offer is connected to that high demand career that is making sure that they're going to be able to sustain themselves. They are future-proof careers. They are pandemic-proof careers. These are all pathways that the students will be able to just continue on and ensure that they have a future that will help them to be sustainable and to be a critically important part of the community. And like I said, that truly is the power of partnership. Because every pathway we offer, we have the industry at the table to make sure that what we're teaching is exactly what's needed. So when our students get out, they're not going to spend 3 months training on the job. They're already doing the job, right? So I know you said talk for an hour, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I just again want to congratulate our students, congratulate our families, congratulate our partners here at PCI. For continuing to invest in the future of our students. I'm so proud of all of our students. I'm proud of the just amazing things that you are doing, and I look forward to the amazing things that you will continue to do as you leave here, when you continue with us, go on into your career. Just know that we're here for you, and we're very proud of you. So thank you.
All right. Before we get to State Superintendent Richard Woods, I also want to acknowledge we have a lot of people in this room. I wish we could go around and introduce everybody, but there are a few special people I want to make sure get acknowledged. Specifically, Dr. Barbara Wall is here. She is the Deputy Superintendent of Career, Technical, and Agricultural Education. I've known Dr. Wall for about 15 years now. She had a very impactful part and role on my leadership journey. And so I just am honored that she is here today, along with her boss, State Superintendent Richard Woods. Mr. Woods, we are very honored to have you here today. We really wanted to ensure that the state of Georgia knows that we are here. And not just for the work that we are doing each and every day, but also we have people in the room from other school districts. And we always have other school districts that call us and say, hey, we've heard what you're doing with the Accelerated Career Diploma. Can we come for a tour? Can we come for a visit? So there's other districts in the room, and the power of that networking and that communication is really impactful because we can learn from each other. Like Dr. Seal said, the Accelerated Career Diploma is a state program, and so we want to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to continue on and even improve and make sure that we are showing the results of what's happening. So I want to bring up to the stage State Superintendent Richard Woods. And thank you so much for being with us today.
That's good. I do not think I will have a problem with that, so
Think everybody can hear me okay, way back to back, there we go, good? Yeah, usually, like I said, I'm an old coach, so I can call people down 100 yards away, so I never had a problem with that. But it is a pleasure to be with you this morning, and really to celebrate the work that's going on, within the school at the Thomas Career Institute. I do want to thank Dr. Looney again for his leadership and everyone here at the Thomas Career Institute for this invitation and the work you've done. I would say that the work you've done is you're investing in the lives of kids. It is what we are about. And I think if we ever lose that focus, we might as well close up the focus. At my table, I got to meet a couple of students. We got Justin stand up for them here. Part of your first graduating class. Justin has the distinction of being the very first valedictorian. And I think just having a discussion with Justin again, and say what was the success, what was the driver. He mentioned, Justin's in the cybersecurity pathway, talking about that, and I said, what really made this place special for you? And again, without hesitation, said Mr. Alberts. Again, I think that shows the power of relationships. He's talking about how COVID kind of made life a little wonky. I guess I would say. But the value of a teacher should never be underestimated. I've ever met. So she has that distinction. And I've been around for a long time. And and she was talking about she's in the early childhood pathway, and I think it's sophomore, is that correct right now? So she's got a couple of years, and I said, what made this place special? It's like it got right. In other words, I know where I want to go. I know where I want to do. And she said, I'm not taking the fluff, the stuff that's out there. And again, for all of us who've been to a 4-year college, that first year or so was a lot of fluff. Okay? And I remember when I got into the education, it's like, well, when do I get to teach? Okay. And I think that's so important for these young people that have that drive. They know where they want to go. They know what they want to experience, and that's important. And as I really kind of get into our remarks a little bit, I'll show you this key. This key is my house key. Okay. It goes into the most important place in my life. Okay. That's where my wife is. And that's where our home is down in Tiffin. And I think that as we look at that as an educator, we hand out keys every day. We hand out keys to our students every year. In fact, I would say that really our students are a collection of the keys that they collect throughout their students. Because keys have the potential to open up any opportunity for any student. That's the power of the key. But just as we give out keys, sometimes we miss the opportunity to hand out the key. You basically block. That's where we have to be focused on what we're doing. Again, we should be in the process of handing out keys. And here at Obama Center, you're in the process of handing out keys to opportunity. Students aren't just learning in a classroom. They're earning college credit, getting industry credentials, and exploring careers that are in high demand across the state. In other words, we're preparing students for their future, not our past. They're being infused into the top state for talent, a state where we're helping students build real pathways toward their lives after high school, contributing to their communities, their state, and nation. And that's exactly the kind of alignment we want to see between CTAU, dual enrollment, our technical colleges, our universities, our work places of employment, to meet Georgia's workforce needs. Because we have to keep the focus if we want to continue to be the top state for talent. That means we've got to work on it. That's a work that takes place every day, every year, every year. Because when we are aligned, we are providing students with something that I would say is even more valuable. I showed you again this house. The other key that sits in my brain is the master. It gets me in any door at the Department of Education. That is the key to what the hand all here is the master. It says to them, any place you want to go, the job you want to pursue, the experience you want to have, is what I want. And that's why you at this school, what you're doing is you're providing students not with just a key, but you're providing them with a master that allow them to go where they go, to do what they want to do, to pursue the passion that they want to pursue. Because what I found out in life, sometimes you just don't know when you hand somebody a key, when that door may unlock. I assure you, when I was at the age of these young people, coming to state schools in Georgia, but because of the educational opportunities, because of the keys that were given to me when I was in school, I didn't realize that I was given to unlock something that I did not even pursue. For these young people, they have an idea of where we believe we want. And we're giving them the keys to unlock that. But life is full of uncertainty. It is full of opportunity. And that's where having that master key is important. Because I'm not a person when somebody says we just got lucky. Well, to me, when I hear the word lucky, it just means I was prepared to take advantage of any opportunity that we get. That's why I want young people, when they graduate, we want to make sure they have a master key to life. Because once they leave us, we don't give them any more keys. They're the collection of the key ring that we are prepared for. So again, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for providing these young people with keys of opportunity. And I'm excited to see what doors there will be unlocked for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Superintendent Woods. Thank you all for spending this time with us today and for engaging so thoughtfully in these conversations about who we are and who we're becoming here at PCI. Your voices, our students, families, our staff, our partners, you're the heartbeat of this work, and your presence here shows your commitment to our shared vision. So as we move forward, our call to action is simple. You have a program, a brochure on your tables, as well as a pin. I don't know about you, but sometimes I go to these things and I get a brochure and it stays in my car or sometimes at my house. My call to action to you is to engage in the brochure and then share it with somebody else. Share it with one person in your circles of influence. Because we are building something powerful together, and it only grows stronger when our community shows up like this and when we share the message and the good news of public education in our community. You also have a pin in that orange bag that is for you to take. If you wear a badge or a lanyard like we do, I encourage you to put the PCI pin on your badge. Again, sharing our story, sharing our purpose, allowing someone to say, hey, that's a pretty cool pin, Dr. Stanford. Tell me more about PCI. Maybe don't do that at some of your schools. Before you leave, I just invite you to take that step. So, what are my my Tiger leaders? Tiger leaders, if you would stand up. All right, so these student leaders are here and available to take you on some guided tours of the school, to answer questions and to share even more about what learning looks like in our pathways and classrooms. They would love to show you what makes this place special. And then after the tour, they would love to go back to class. So don't allow them to just lollygag on the tour. I'm just teasing. And then to all of our partners that were on the panel, our special guests that spoke, if you would make sure to come over here to the 7 repeat and get pictures before going on your tour before exiting. Thank you. You all are now officially, I have pinned you. If you haven't been already, you're now officially part of the PCI family. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you.